What's up everyone, this is CoyneDawg here with another GTA video. So in this video I'm going to be doing a performance test of the Pfister Comet Retro. So this car obviously came out on as part of the import-export DLC. However, I started making videos, I think it was the week after this car came out, so I never actually tested it. But I figured I'd go back and run a few videos on it now. Along with the Nero, I'll probably do the Nero next week. So yeah, my initial thoughts on the car that I mentioned yesterday, it felt, as I said, when I wasn't really pushing it, like it was going to be quite a nice car. But to get this out of the way right now, unless you are a very good, very experienced driver, then do not waste your money on this car, because it is so difficult to drive well. Like, it's ridiculous how hard it is. I think I've done 80 laps, something like that, of this track with this to get a lap time that I felt was the best I could do with it. It's a really, well, I've found it quite an unpredictable car in terms of the way it handles. It doesn't seem to be the same every time you go through a corner. Sometimes you get understeer, sometimes you get oversteer. It doesn't handle bumps very well at all, so you have to really, in this you'll see, especially around the first 3 corners, that I'm avoiding the curbs as much as possible, because as soon as you hit any curves it just spins and skits out. So yeah, that's kind of my initial thoughts on the handling of the car. In terms of its acceleration and its braking, so acceleration wise it feels pretty good. I'd say, you know, it definitely picks up speed quite well off the corners. It doesn't feel as sluggish as the Spectre did last week. Whether it actually is or not, I'm not sure. I might run some tests just to see in terms of a drag race time and all that sort of stuff. In terms of the brakes on this car, they feel like it's got decent brakes. Up to the hairpin just at the top of this hill here, there's a specific braking point I always try and go for, which is just after a lamppost on your right. And this car can manage it, whereas some of the cars I've tested recently you've had to brake a little bit earlier or later than that. So yeah, overall it's an okay car, but if you're not really good at racing, then I definitely wouldn't buy it. I said that the lap time that I get on this is way off the top cars. Someone else will probably be able to get a little bit closer, but it's not going to be competitive to any of the top sports cars, to be honest. So the lap time that the Retro Comet can get is a 121.005 on this circuit with me driving. If we compare that to the Retro Elegy, just to give you a bit of a comparison, so that can do a 118.096, so that's like 3 seconds practically slower than the Elegy. So yeah, that's basically my thoughts on the car. So that's it guys for today. Thanks very much for watching. Feel free to subscribe and I'll be back again tomorrow with another video.